So what we're going to do today is a quick video over range of motion just in general. Each joint has the different movements that it's able to do, and the purpose of range of motion is that we're going to help the patient maintain the movement in that joint, and from there you can progress it to strengthening and things like that. So with the shoulder, you have flexion and then extension that the shoulder can do. It can also do adduction, where it brings in towards the body, and abduction away from the body and up towards the head. And then we have what's known as internal rotation of the shoulder and external rotation of the shoulder. And then we have horizontal adduction or adduction and horizontal abduction. So with the purpose of these, like I said, is to maintain range of motion in that joint, or further to go into strengthening. So when you're working with a joint, you just want to make sure that each joint, you know all the actions that that joint does, and that you walk through each piece of that. So like I said, the shoulder has those different motions that we just did. At the elbow, you only have flexion and extension, so that's all you would do. At the wrist, you would do flexion and extension at the wrist, and then you would also do ulnar deviation and radial deviation. Okay, so the whole purpose is just to take each joint that you're going to be working with and move it in all the directions that it's able to do. Those are called passive range of motion. When you can go from passive range of motion, which is the purpose of passive range of motion, is that just keeping the joint moving, keeping fluid going to it. It even kind of feeds and keeps the joint healthy. So a patient who's not able to move that joint, you can move it on your own, and it provides all those benefits to it. Now, once the patient is able to help move the joint, you can do something called active assistive range of motion. So I would still walk the patient through these ranges of motion. So I'm going to flex your arm, and then I'm going to bring it back down like this. So what I want you to do is, I want you to help me do this action, okay? Mm-hmm. Good. And so I'm having the patient help me. If the patient is able to do whole portions of it, I'm going to have her do it, and then if she starts to get stuck, then I'm going to step in and assist her. You want the patient to do as much as they can. That's called active assistive range of motion. Then we have active range of motion, where I would go ahead and show the patient the action. So that's the action I want you to do. Bring it up and then bring it down. Can you do that on your own? Good. And so I'm watching, making sure her form's good. She's protecting the joint. That's active range of motion. So as your patient gets stronger and they're able to do it on their own, the more they can do on their own, the better. And then finally, if my patient is doing really well with that, I can progress them as time goes on to what's called resisted range of motion. So I'm going to have you do this action, and I'm going to push against you as you do that. So I'm going to go ahead and push, 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 and now come back, push, 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 and push back up, push, 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 push. Good. And so that's kind of a quick overview of range of motion. We tend to start, depending on where the patient is at, with passive range of motion, making sure we're maintaining that motion and that movement and the health of the joint. But as they get stronger and they're able or allowed to, or they come off precautions, then we work them through active assistive range of motion, active range of motion, and then resisted range of motion.